And we're live. Hi everyone, this is amateurgamer, and I'll be returning to Beyond All Reason cast. Now we're moving on to a 4v4 Charlie in the Hills remake version 1.1. On the top we have Show is red, pink is Sushi Man's, yellow is Priority Mail, orange is Bot Lord 888. For the bottom, we have Smoldering Ant as green. Teal is McDuddle. Blue is Modicus. And purple is Carbon Weave. So we have seen this before. We have one player on each side that's on the high ground that will most likely go in for aircraft plant. And then we have 3 players that are basically competing. And then there are these high grounds on the side where if it's left undefended, it will very easily allow someone to do a very devastating bombing run. And the last time, well, the only time we had this map before, we had a very close match where it was very back and forth. And honestly, I kept jumping the gun. I'm like, oh look, they're gonna lose. Oh wait, they're coming back. Oh wait, oh no, it turned around again. Yeah, I can't make up my mind. It just shows how close, or at least, okay, either tells you how close the match is, or just how bad I am at reading these things. So we see a scout already coming out, which is not a bad idea to give you an idea of what the enemy may have. So the question is, will we have pink and teal go tier 2 while the flags are being worked on by green or blue? Yeah, time will tell what will happen. So far, we're not seeing a lot of raids early on. The armed metal extractor could deal with very early harassments. So far we see a grave robber here. Take advantage of all the metal here to... I do think a lot of players underestimate the values of these. And I wonder if green had to select all of these, because I expected that if you try to reclaim all of these, it will include the trees as well. And yeah, this will allow them to get their economy going pretty well. And we have a few minor engagements. Either that or they just hate trees. I haven't figured out what it is yet. Oh no, it's just a grunt. Yeah. I'm like, oh look, they're so anti-tree. So meanwhile over here, I have a radar, so yellow is aware of roughly what's happening here. So it does have this blind spot. And we are seeing some defenses further up. We see red already going for bombers. Interesting. I'm also amazed that red is not taking these. Like, you definitely want the economy. On the other hand, purple is definitely... Wait, do they have a constructor? They do now. Are they going for early bombing runs? Ooh. Are these Oh, these fighters are going to pay for themselves quite well. Getting intercepted there is not great. I wonder if red showed their head too quickly. Did they even get any bombing runs? Wow, that was a really good defense. I don't think red got much go in there. In the meantime, is teal going for tier 2? No, but they're going for a very aggressive geothermal. I mean, it's definitely nice to have. Wait, what is teal? Okay, I see. They need it because they're using the energy converter. And they're sending out thugs. So it does look like pink and teal are not going for tier 2 tech up before engaging. Looks like we might have some engagements coming. Oh, I didn't realize this. There's this body of water. So that means if you have hovercrafts, you could just push in and... Oh, yeah, that would actually be devastating. There isn't that here. Huh, that's very unique. It definitely doesn't mirror. Okay, so we are seeing wardens. Can I hit? Yeah, I was like, can I actually hit things from there? A holder. So green is actively forming a line. Pink is there. Teal is using the opportunity to reinforce a bit. I wonder if they might actually go for... I don't know if anyone's gonna go for tier 2. It's very risky. It can pay off, but if your opponent realizes that you're in a vulnerable state... If... Yeah, all of these metals. So are we actually gonna see an engagement? Yellow's commander is very far forward. Interesting. Yeah, this ground is Are they going to all make a move? Do they not have a radar? I'm so confused. Okay, Yellow's commander. I mean, honestly, with the defenses, yeah, I can't tell if making a push makes sense. But they do have a better position to fall back to, so there is that. Okay, there is a bit of an engagement here. If they're not careful and go too far forward, they're gonna get picked off. And right now, Pink's forces are divided, so... But at the same time, Blue is kind of like isolated here. Is there a move being made? Huh. We'll see very soon. I don't know if it helps Pink by splitting up forces there. Yeah, Green is making a bigger push here. I'm not sure if they're gonna get any dividend here, but... Yeah, I'm not sure if charging into a concave is a good idea. If they're gonna keep pushing, it might not end well. And at the same time... Oh, is Blue getting ready to bypass these defenses? Because if they do and get back to this front. Wait, are these all bombers? Yeah, they should focus on the enemy economy. Units are fairly easy to replace. I don't think they could do enough damage. I mean, they're doing some damage, but it's probably less than what they would have preferred. Alright. There has been some damage done to Yellow's economy. And meanwhile, we see a bit of a counterattack from orange. I just don't know how far they can push. Especially when green is actively getting these grave robbers to bring back these units, so... And I don't see yellow actively making use of the fact that they have a lot of wrecks around them. We have quite a few of those. And at this point, are they hoping to break through here to take another run at the enemy economy? Because if that is the case, that is not a terrible idea. Like, even a handful of these, if given a chance, can do quite a number. Just got reclaimed. But overall, I mean, if green does revive a lot of these, I do think that the right push went to green. I don't know if teal pushed. Probably did. Are they getting sentries? Oh man, they are. Yeah, with that many, they can revive things very quickly. At least at the speed. And pink is still kind of split between the two flanks. You're going for tier 2. That is very bold given the economic damage that was inflicted earlier. But I guess in some ways it is justified because yellow is like, oh, they, okay, pink went for tier 2. We have tier 2 here. I'd be shocked if they don't. Yep, there's tier 2. Honestly, for these pushes, tier 1 isn't bad. If you have a good... If you have a good economy, you can definitely get a lot done. And I wonder if this might come back and bite orange. Because sometimes you might be... Your opponent might be very cautious in your pushes. Oh yeah, there are these mobile mortar bots, so... Honestly, these thugs are doing pretty well, all things considered. And green is right. The enemy has tier 2, you allow them to build up. It's going to end poorly, but if you can have a proper push before they can get to the critical mass, things can fare much better. And if they can keep reviving units and just maintain a hefty push, like, until they get critical mass, these Sheldons aren't going to be able to force the enemy back, especially if they outnumber them. But Tio is not quite pushing there. Are they building anything? Okay, they're just building tier 2 constructors. Blue seems mostly idle. Most of the action is definitely here. And now we see these gunships, which are getting shot down by a trasher. Wow, 13 kills, damn. Yeah, the Sheldons will need a front line. If there isn't a front line to help them, and they need to focus on these grave robbers. If they can't take out the grave robbers, they are in a lot of trouble. because they don't have the HP to kind of maintain the push that they're doing. And oranges, ooh, you definitely don't want a commander to explode near a group of mortar bots because you are going to feel, yep. And now I think green and teal. Green and teal are definitely smelling blood, and they are going to go in for the kill. This is why I said tier 2 can be very dangerous if you don't time it properly. Because if you go tier 2, don't show it too quickly. Because once your opponent knows, like what happened here, green is like, we are going to push. Impossible, just hide it until you get critical mass, then you're probably able to. Like, if you could keep the opponent guessing, they won't be so emboldened to just push. And this was what I was talking about. If you get amphibious tanks that sneak behind enemies, that commander is gonna try to. I mean, these are light. They're fast. And gunships, they can be decent, but they can't finish off the enemy units fast enough. And that's a tier 2 vehicle plant gone. Yellow's economy is in shambles. Green is pushing right through Pink's space because Pink has been relying heavily on tier 2, but once that flank broke, and also with all of these grave robbers essentially just bringing back units after units, yeah. I don't think orange need to apologize. I just think for a lot of players, they underestimate what happens when you have an army of grave robbers, because it's honestly gives you a huge economic boost, because you're able to revive a force and keep pushing while your opponent is like, I can't sustain building all of these. And meanwhile, blue is like, I'm just gonna annoy yellow in the meantime. Yeah, this has been decided. Honestly, green made some great calls, right? Knowing when to push. And they even got a bot lab out of this. Like green had, like teal helped, but green was the main reason. Wait, are these fighters sent to the enemy? I don't know. Yeah, now they're gonna finish off yellow, because once one of the flanks broke, there isn't much else you can do. Resurrect. This just shows that if you have one player who can make good calls, it can also make all the difference. Because I do think that if this kept dragging on, I do think the north side would have the advantage, because we were already seeing a lot of Sheldons. If more Sheldons were built, I don't think green would have enough things to hold them off. And right now, like, I would hate being on the high ground, because I'm like, great, now my allies, like, unless it's a close game, but even then I'm like, I mean, I would be a terrible player. I wouldn't expect myself. Did they get a second commander? Oh, they did. I was like, wait, why is there a second one? Yeah, now they are building banshees, just harass. Are they just building fighters? Yeah, with the presence of these trashers. You don't really need to get fighters. Red has given up. Yeah, green carried. Blue did a lot of harassment. I mean, I don't think it's unfair to say green carried because green made the right calls, made the pushes, because otherwise it was stalemate. Like, yes, blue was harassing yellow and was weakening them, but I don't think yellow was really out. They were slowed down, they were weakened, but they were not out. But the decisions of green and the pushes were what ultimately turned the tide and gave the south side the win. So yeah, sometimes if you have one, I mean, it is possible to have someone make the wrong calls, okay? But right now we have this video that shows someone who made the right call. Let's just leave it at that. Anyways, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you everyone for watching, and I hope you have a good one.